something a bit different today. Quite different, actually. Calculators. Calculators are my bag. I, I'm not really a Casio sort of. Well, I am actually into Casios. Here's a lovely Casio here. G'day Neo, how's it going? I'm just waiting for Mevunky to at least let me know that he's here so that I can thank him. Yeah. Ah, yeah. Hey Mevunky. How you going, man? Thank you very much. It's lovely. It's working. Uh, New batteries, and off she goes. I have been doing a little bit of reading. I was just saying, I'm not really a Casio guy, but yeah, uh, I do like my Casios. I mean, probably Casio were the first calculators that I ever was exposed to and used a lot. So to be honest, Casio is probably at the core of my calculator love. But as you probably know, I'm a big fan of these HPs, and I'm a big fan of the RPN. That's just a way of inputting numbers. Uh, you know, I'm a big fan of these here, and but in saying that, I've got a lot of love for the Casios. In fact, the reason I took you up on this one here is that probably the very first programmable device I saw that wasn't this, right? Because Dad had one of these. Was a PB100, which is very similar to this programmable calculator. We had them at high school. We had them in the maths class at high school. And like I I enjoyed maths at school. I'm not very good at maths, I must admit. I do enjoy it, and yeah, I remember being quite confident at maths at school, and I remember turning up at class, and here were these little mini computers, right, shoved in front of us in a maths class. It was like hallelujah. Couldn't believe it. Programmable calculator. Oh, I love algebra actually, Neo. I think algebra sort of comes into programming quite a bit too, doesn't it? Yeah. So yeah, I do have very fond memories of these Casios. I don't know how to use this very well. I've had a quick squiz through the manual, but it doesn't quite work the way I'd expect it. Yeah. So the other memory I have of Casios at school is the FX82, right? Everyone knows the FX82. I've got a little collection going here. I think this is not quite the FX82, but we'll probably come across one later. But that's the FX80 college version. You know, that's the sort of thing that was the staple at school. Algebraic input, as opposed to RPN, which I can show you later on if anyone's interested. The differences in algebraic and RPN. I can hardly use an algebraic calculator now. I'm so used to the RPN. So yeah. Do I have the thinner? Maybe, maybe. This box here, that's full of calculators. There's more in this box here, more up here. It's likely we may come across one of the FX82 replacements. So yeah, and of course the Space Invaders, what we used to call the Space Invaders calculator. Oh yeah, yeah. Probably. I've probably got one with the book style cover. This one, unfortunately, it's got the book style cover, but the book, the front page is missing. Yeah. So does anyone remember these? This is the MG880, what we used to call the Space Invaders calculator. Ah, let me show you. Let me show you. Right, normal calculator, right? You turn it on, normal calculator, except, yeah, normal calculator, blah, 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 right? If you switch the switch to the middle position, we used to, so we used to be able to play, I used to be able to play the MASH theme. Really showing my age here. Does anyone remember the greatest American hero? The MASH theme was something like, I'll hold it up to the microphone. Yeah, went something like that. Anyway, you know, so that's in, yeah, greatest American hero. Pretty funny. Oh, I love MASH. I've got fond memories of MASH. But you ask, Space Invaders. Oh, W59. Oh, okay. I'm not aware of that one. I'm sort of into the older stuff, but yeah, be keen to see that. So Space Invaders, right? So you go across here and you hit the game. So you've got aim here on the left button, fire on the right button. So you basically the left, you're incrementing and shooting as the invaders get closer. Oh shit. So it gets faster and faster, right? shit. If they reach you, you die. If you can add to 10, you get an N. That one. You've got to be pretty quick, especially later in the levels. It gets manic. Oh, crap. Oh, yeah, you can see it gets pretty fast. You've got to be really concentrating. It's hard to do around the camera. Had a lot of fun with that. Oh, you had the watch. Oh yeah, TS 150. Yeah, I'm not quite sure exactly what the model of watch was that I had as a young'un, but I did have a. Mum and Dad brought back a. They brought back a Casio watch from Singapore, and they also brought back. I'm sort of going off on a bit of a tangent here, but I think I was about 11, and they got a cheap trip to Singapore, and they came back with a Casio calculator and some Lego. And this is the Lego set they brought back. It's a bit dusty because it's been sitting out on display, but it's basically a car chassis as such, but it's got like a, if I tip it upside down, it's got loose parts sitting in it. You know, like it's got a full differential. It's got a diff here, gearbox, which you can change gears with this here. You know, reclining seats, and you can adjust the seats, and full rack and pinion steering. Yeah, seriously cool. Seriously cool. I should do a stream on building this one day. You know, it's got like piston. See here, piston motor. I should do a build stream. Takes about 3 hours to build. Yeah. Independent rear suspension. Yep, distributor. That should be down there like that. Distributor. The fan belt's broken, but little fan there. But yeah, fully independent rear suspension, you know, so it's got, I learned a lot about cars with this, because my first car was a Triumph 2000, and it had independent rear suspension, And of course, to have independent rear suspension, you've got to have these universal joints here, you know. Yeah, it's a seriously cool kit. And yeah, so that they came back with. Oh, and not only did I get the fancy Casio watch, but Dad came back with one of these from Singapore. So that trip to Singapore led me to a lot of what I'm interested in now, you know, with these calculators and whatnot. Lego. I think Lego is probably responsible for me learning how to read instructions properly, you know, going through instruction manuals, things like that. So yeah, pretty cool. Commodore, anyone? Oh yeah, that I love that old space Lego, eh? That old space Lego. I think that's highly collectible now. Oh yeah, that's so cool. My cousin had a little bit of space Lego. Nothing like what you're talking about though, but that would be so awesome. He had a bit of space Lego, and it's just the aesthetic of it. So cool. 80s. Oh yeah, man. That would be so cool. Some of these calculators, they need a little bit of cleaning. So Commodore. This is a Commodore. What's the model? Not even sure what the model number of this one is. It's got the bubble LED, so you kind of have to. The LEDs are really deep down in the calculator, so you kind of need these little this little bubble lens here to that looks kind of looks crimson on there, but it's actually quite red. Yeah, Commodore calculator, pretty cool. Commodore logo, needs clean. Chicken lips. Yeah, definitely coming through as crimson on my screen. But when you see it in reality, and it looks a little bit sort of blown out, you know, like what do they call that? Why is that resetting like that? Blooming. You can see how it's blooming on the screen. Well, when you see it in reality, it is sharp red defined characters. It's really nice. It's really nice. Yeah, that's cool. I actually forgot I've got this other beast. So yeah, I'm going to have a wee play with this, Mev. Thanks very much. I'm working my way through the manual at the moment. Actually, I'm just going to grab you something else that's was working 100% perfectly until it wasn't. I'm going to have to probably reposition the camera for this one. Toshiba. There is a problem with this one. Just recently, it used to work perfectly. When I got it, actually, it wasn't working perfectly. But some of you may recognize the display type. She is a beast. She is a lovely, lovely beast. Yep. Nixie tubes. Problem is the keyboard doesn't work anymore. No, Nixie. N-I-X-I-E. Yeah. So each element, you know, like the zero is, it's all done in a plane setup. So zeros, you know, let's say zero's here, one will be here, two, you know, three, four. It's all done on a plane setup. So, you know, it's very fine. You have to look it up. It's they just look so awesome when you see them in real life. I mean, it looks pretty cool here even. But yeah, something. I will have a go at fixing it. As say, it used to work perfectly. Number 4 Nixie tube was out. So these Nixie tubes, they run at like 150 volts. Oh, this one. It's Dupuytren's contracture. It's a hereditary disease. So you'll notice that this finger here is not bendy backy. So I can't straighten that finger out. And it's starting to contract. There's tendons down here contracting. It's not trigger finger. It's different. It's called Dupuytren's contracture. It only came on in my 30s, late 30s. It's hereditary, as I say. My mother's got it. My brother's got it. My uncles. Eventually, that finger eventually will end up like that and never straighten unless it gets I get surgery on it. And this has had surgery on it. So like there's a skin graft there, and they basically hack into here, and they scrape all the crap off in a it's putting it mildly, scrape all the crap off your tendons. It's collagen that grows around tendons, and eventually, so that finger there, that was like that, you know, when I before I went to surgery, and you can't bend it back. People say, oh, just pull it back, but you can't. It's like solid. Yeah. So yeah, definitely surgery. Definitely surgery. Hold on. My son is asking for a game. And he's ringing me. I'll just have to reply to him. Oh, look. It's working. It's working. Oh, yes. Why, though? Maybe. when I first got this, digit 4 was out, right? And it turned out it was a transistor, blow-in transistor. Now they're high voltage transistors, so I had to track down an appropriate replacement for it and swap out the transistor. I actually tried. I thought it might have been the actual Nixie tube itself, but I actually swapped, I think, 4 and 5 Nixie tubes, and the problem stayed at 4. So I knew it was a driver issue. And yeah, I actually asked for a bit of advice on a calculator, Toshiba. I think it was a Toshiba like calculator forum, and there was a chick there that said, "Oh yeah, try the driver transistor. It's more than likely the driver transistor's blown." I'll see if I can get you a close look at how these Nixies work. They are freaking cool. Seriously cool. I'm not sure how close I can get you there. But as I say, each element has its own layer. You can actually see the numbers, right? You can see the 7 there, and I think you can make out the 6, obviously the 0. So they are individual pieces of wire, and Matt's probably looking for a game of Assault Squad 2. So these are individual wires that are energized in a vacuum, and yeah. And there's a grid. It is a tube arrangement as such. Don't ask me about the physics of it, but yeah, seriously cool. And in real life, let me try and explain how it looks. It's a lot warmer than what you're seeing there. It's glorious, I must say. Absolutely glorious display. Yeah. This doesn't have integrated circuits at all. This is all, as far as I know, it's all TTL logic. You should see, I've got some photos of the inside of it. It's just full of resistors, full of bloody transistors, capacitors, in layers. It's just, and the thing is freaking heavy. I mean, it's a chunky beast, right? She's a chunky beast. Gives you a bit of an idea. It's got an unusual calculating method as well. I've actually done a YouTube video on it, showing how the calculations work, and it's been so long since I've used it that I'm not 100% sure how to use it properly. But you know, like 2 plus, yeah, see, there's a decimal point there. Back to old potato screen, eh? Potato capture. Let's see if I can. So that's like 2 plus 2, and then equals 4, right? That side of it's pretty straightforward. If I actually put something, if I put something up here, it might actually focus properly. Yeah, that might focus there. 6 minus 3, see that? 9. So 6 minus 3, 6. I think you go plus 3 minus. It's a little bit like a cross between algebraic and RPN. And for those of you who don't know the difference between the two, is algebraic's probably what you're normally used to, right? Algebraic calculator input is like 6 minus 3 equals 3. That's algebraic. Pretty much what you're used to, or most people, times 2 equals. RPN is quite different. It's RPN stands for reverse Polish notation, and it's extremely handy, especially when you've got a calculator like this that's got a stack. I'll get into more detail probably in later videos about lots of the HP calculators and the stack and whatnot. But suffice it to say that 6 minus 3, you type 6, right? And you enter it, and then you type 3, and then you run the command, basically. So minus, this is minus here, is 3. So 9, enter, 7, minus, it's 2. So that's RPN, reverse Polish notation. And this is programmable as well, this calculator here. So, but this one is just straight out sort of what we call a 4-banger. So, you know, like this here is pretty much what you call a 4-banger. Yeah, g'day, we'll see. Yeah, I guess so. I haven't really used mechanical calculators much, but potentially. Oh yeah, they're awesome, eh? Have you seen that one? I think, oh, what's the guy's name? He does, they do things where they're trying to and get these mechanical calculators to divide by 0 and makes them really work. Yeah. Trying to think of the guy's channel. It'll come to me. He does a lot of Apollo stuff as well. But this is pretty much what we call a 4-banger, right? As in it's got 4, basically 4 operations: divide, multiply, subtract, addition. That's pretty much 4-banger. So this is like a 4-banger, but it's got a few fancies where it'll do, you know, like percentages. You can set a constant. So if you've got a calculation that you're always using, I don't know, if you're always dividing by 3 or whatever, you can put 3 in as a constant and use that to always divide your numbers. So she's fancy pants, and it's, you know, 16 bloody digits. Yeah. So if I tried dividing that by 0, I think I have to do, yeah, I don't even know. I'd have to read the manual again on this one, to be honest. So if you go 2 divided by 0, yeah, we get an overflow. Doesn't like it. But that's nice to know that this is going again. So this is kind of like, it's a calculator in my collection that I treasure, really. It's just so cool to see it in person with all these lovely Nixie tubes. Computer says no. Yep. So we've got memories and bits and pieces. Yeah. I've actually done a YouTube video on that. So my YouTube channel, if you're wondering, is retrospective. Lately I've just been whacking the streams up on there. Just non-edited. It's a bit naughty, but anyway, you know, it's all good. I've got some actual edited YouTube videos up there. Some of them are quite old, so they're quite janky, but yeah, if you want to have a close look at that one, I'm pretty sure that's up there. Yep, that is a beast. What year is that one? 1960, I think it's about 69, that one. Really nice. So just the fact that you sent me this Mevunky has kind of piqued my calculator interest again. And I haven't got them out for a long time. And I thought, well, why not, you know, do a stream and show you some of the collection. Some of them are, they haven't been sort of put away. They're just loose, lying around loose. Yeah, some of them are not very interesting. Some of them are reasonably interesting. This one's quite interesting. If I can get it out of the bag. It's actually kind of stuck in there. Ooh. I don't think it's got a battery in it, so I don't think it's battery goo, but I think actually it could be the vinyl case. It's kind of adhered itself to the calculator. Yeah, it has actually. I might have to peel it off. Oops. Anyone recognize the brand? Sinclair. Cambridge Programmable. Yeah, see that lemon vinyl case is actually reacting with the calculator there. Just going to get more light on there. I'm not sure about that, you know. It's actually sort of, it's actually eaten into the plastic. Yeah, it's the this vinyl here. It's actually reacted with the plastic. It says made in England there. It's pretty hard to see. Yes, I've seen polystyrene do that. Yep. I don't think that'll be cleanable. But anyway, this does work, this calculator. I think it takes one of those 9-volt batteries from memory. 9 volt. But that's a whole video on its own, really, you know, programmable. It doesn't look like much, but it is a fairly powerful calculator. Pretty sure it was like that when I got it. It was kind of, you know, partly damaged because of the case. I should probably store it not in the case, I would say. The case is actually coming apart there, but yeah, that's quite a cool little calculator. I've got the manuals and everything for that one. So yeah, we've got sort of standard fare Casio, well, financial consultant. Pretty sure that, yeah, a lot of these I've taken the batteries out of for obvious reasons. Yeah, financial consultants, another scientific, yeah. So, you know, not quite FX82, but sort of closest. You got Boolean logic here. That bloody light, I think, is. Let's have a look. Yeah, Boolean logic. You know, not, and, or, XOR, things like that. Some of them are quite handy for programming tools, programming aids. It's another FC100 there. Little sharp. Oh yeah. What, the which one? The financial or this FX 570? Something like that. Scientific, more so, I'd say. Yeah. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Some of these I pick up at op shops, you know, and they've got this sort of carry on going on. Oh, okay. Yep. FX82. That's the fraction version. And a hard carry case. Could do with some cleaning. Another game. I'm not quite sure how to play this one. I do remember seeing this though as a kid. That's the MG777. This one's another game. This one's called 8 Attack. So the object to this game here, let's get that out of the way, is to, yep, I've got the boxing one. So I'll tell you a story about the boxing calculator. It was probably, I reckon, my 12th or 13th birthday. We lived in Dunedin, right? And my parents' Easter holiday, my birthday was after Easter, but we went on an Easter holiday to the Catlins, and we were just like, my brother and I, we were just like, oh God, you know, not the Catlins again. Oh, how many times do we have to go and see Cathedral Caves, you know? And all I wanted was a boxing calculator. And so Mum and Dad caved and got me my boxing calculator for the Easter holiday to take to the Catlins. Early birthday present. So I spent probably most of that holiday with my head buried in a boxing calculator instead of looking at the beautiful scenery. And I would love to go back to the Catlins now. and have a good look around, I would appreciate it more. But it was kind of like, yeah, Catlins again. Okay, we'll come. You know, kind of had to because we were just young kids. But yeah, that's my memory of a boxing calculator back then. This one, this is called 8 Attack, or MG885. And the objective 8 Attack is to, so what will happen is an incomplete 8 will come across the screen, and you have to fire the appropriate high, middle or low bullet at it to create the 8, if you know what I mean. So a 0, you have to fire the middle to it, and it's coming towards you, and you fire away this way, and where they meet is in one of these segments here, and that will clear that segment as such. And then you have to clear all the segments, but you also have to make you have to do that by making an 8 for each one. I hope that explains it, but you might be able to see. So they come from both sides. So see, that's a middle, that's a middle again, middle. You got to time it. That's a bottom, top, middle, bottom. Missed it. Sometimes it just gets guesswork. There is actually a pattern. So I've cleared that level. Oh no, game over. So if you get a 2 and an 8 like that, you get an 8, which is just anything you like, right? Oh, I didn't shoot it. If you add to 10, you get an 8, which means you can just hit it with anything, like that. Speed changes, and then at the later stages the actual patterns change as well. So the character will change as it comes across the screen. I think there's a pattern here. Not sure what it is yet. And on it goes. And you see it's changing now. Oh crap. Add attack. Pretty fun. I have the batteries on that because my niece, I showed them to my niece. She was like, what do I do? Too stressful. Too stressful. Some of these are unsorted. This one's quite cool. Just the colours of the keys make it pretty cool. Yeah, so basically if I see anything different in the op shops or whatever, I just grab them. There's another similar sort of thing, you know. A lot of them are sort of common. Well, not overly common. Like that's fairly common. HL802. Fairly common. There's another one you see. Casio HL122. Yeah, so some of them are pretty hard to find. I mean, a lot of them I think are like a lot of stuff. There's another FC100. Anyone want a Casio FC100? Let me know. I think like a lot of stuff, a lot of them have just been chucked, right? You find the odd one at op shops, things like that, time to time. I go and have a look. Now that's the classic, right? That's what I remember from school. Classic FX82. That's pretty much the colour scheme. I think this colour here might be slightly different to the ones that I remember. This might be like a facelift model to the ones I remember. But that's pretty much what we had at school, just the scientific. Fond memories, used them a hell of a lot. That's it. That's it. It's not my original, but that is the model FX82. So that, the image of that, you know, that's pretty much imprinted on my mind, that one. It's, yeah. That is the one. That one's cool. Hanamex. That'll have a VFD, vacuum fluorescent display. Don't have the batteries in it. 3 times AA's, I'd say. 3 times AA. I'll put that aside. I'll grab some AA's and I think we should crank that up. That is cool. Oh, hang on. It's got keys. I've got some notes in here. Keys intermittent. Some of them no-go. Case screws missing. Tried cleaning keyboard contacts, no change. So yeah, it's not 100%, that one. Really, some of these are just average sort of fare, you know. These are common. Well, they used to be. Probably not so common now. These are graphical Casio graphical calculators. Probably still in use, I would say. Or, you know, this is the predecessor of what's in use, I would say, these days. Graphical Casios. Yeah. Pretty, as far as I'm concerned, pretty boring, to be honest. Nothing too special there. Woohoo! Now we're talking. That beast. Graphical. Fancy, alright. Yeah. Imagine rocking into your classroom with that. It's like, I'm the man. Fancy. You need anything calculated? Oh yeah. Jeez, I'm going to have a mess to tidy up tomorrow morning. Yeah, I'd say they'd be like the dads, you know. The dads probably own that one. Oh, here you go, Mev. Check this out, man. Oh. Need more room. Similar, in fact, to what you sent me, except this one this is the full kahuna with tape deck for storing your precious programs and a printer. Not sure actually whether that works or not. But the little cassette would be cool to get running, eh? That looks like standard compact cassette, doesn't it? I would say. Is that compact cassette? Looks like it. Is it? Or maybe it's not. Oh, yeah, it is. Yep. Yeah, I reckon that probably needs a good looking over. So the calculator, that's, I would say, fairly similar to what you've just given me. What is that? PB700. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure the ones we had at school were PB100s. That's the fancy pants version. Power supply. That needs a bit of TLC, I would say. Pretty cool. Ooh, okay. This box won't fit. Won't fit on the desk. It's got some fairly uninteresting stuff. I'm just going to take a quick break. Be back in a second.
Bugger. Ooh, bugger me. Bugger. Easy now, son. Ooh, bugger. You burnt.
Bugger.
Bugger. Bugger.
Aren't you astronauts?
Yes, ma'am. We like to compare notes with Stevie on the new space station.
Hi, we're the Pointer Sisters. We need Stevie's help with our new album.
The Amiga computer. What can it do? Well, what do you want it to do?
I need some more help.
Mr. O'Neill. Upstairs first door on the left.
Amiga from Commodore, the computer for the creative mind.
Experience the mind unbounded. Amiga, the first personal computer that gives you a creative edge.
Elite has been called the game of a lifetime. Available now on the ZX Spectrum. It's shot to #1 in all the charts. It's a game of skill, logic, commercial acumen, and of course, alien zapping excitement. Never seen Elite before, or never played it, buy it now and treat yourself to the game of a lifetime.
Okay, son. Remember to roll when you land, alright, buddy?
Yeah.
That's my boy. Dinner ready, honey?
Okay. This box, I know as soon as I unpack this, it's going to be impossible to repack as efficiently as I have here. Some of these are pretty boring standard fare, you know, sort of desktop I haven't looked in here for ages though. mean, it's pretty much just about rubbish. That sort of thing there. But anyway, you know, boxed HR8, basically a desktop mini printing calculator. Yeah, nothing too exciting, but we'll have a look through it anyway. That's kind of cool. I mean, you know, we're sort of getting back a little bit there. I would say that's probably 80s, somewhere around there. Yeah. The older the better, as far as I'm concerned. Get rid of that. Now I'm not showing you much in the way of HP, because that, again, that's a whole other facet of the calculator collection. Oh, I found this at an op shop. It's a TI Little Professor. Fun with math facts. Sorry, I can't see your comments yet if you are commenting. Yeah. So this looks like it belonged to Vicky. 18 learning games and activities using the Little Professor. Vicky Watts it belonged to. Pretty sure I picked this up at a local op shop, I would say. So it looks like she got, I would say, she did the first one and maybe didn't get much further. Kind of cool. Should crank that up one day. There's a little bit of HP in here actually. What else we got? Oh, this one. Haven't looked at this for a while. Rockwell. I love the packaging. Rockwell electronic calculator with percent. Model 9TR. Oh yeah, the colour. The colour is, this is like a olive green here, but this is like a very pale, very pale olive green. The aesthetic is awesome. That is a 9 volt. Or 9 volt battery. Very cool. Just a basic 4-banger with percentage is pretty fancy. Little Very cool. Don't see many Rockwell calculators around, that's for sure. Should see if I've actually got a 9-volt battery. Let's see. Should be able to find one here somewhere, maybe. Alice, are you going to come in, are you? Not much room for Alice in here. She can come in if she wants. Yeah. Yep. There is some HP stuff in here. She's going to explore. HP. Is the calculator in here? Might not be actually. I do have this calculator. It's just the box for it. Box and the manual and the little charger for it. HP Smart Calc, still packaged, and a 6S still packaged for basic math and science users. Yeah, pretty straightforward sort of things. Alice was looking at coming in. She doesn't spend much time in here. Oh jeepers. HP 30S in package. Never been opened. FX135 Casio. LED calculator. Oh yeah, that's quite nice. Scientific. FX135 electroluminescent display. That'll be the green, you know, the old green. Actually, let's chuck some batteries in it. Couple of double A's. I will be right back. that's quite different. Electroluminescence. Yeah, that is cool. I like that. Yeah, it's like backlit, sort of. Yeah, really cool. It's not quite coming through. It is coming through on the camera, sort of. Yeah, it's pretty close to what you're seeing on camera. A little bit less washed out. In real life, it's glorious. Absolutely glorious. Yeah, really nice. I like that. Yeah, I really do like that. If that wasn't an algebraic calculator, I'd probably use it on my desk. Actually, I have an algebraic calculator on my desk. This one. This is what the missus uses when she just wants, because I just grabbed it because it's there, right? Little VFD. You know, standard VFD. She uses that because she doesn't use the HPs. So that's just something for her. For a quick, 4-banger. That's all good. But geez, yeah, I'm just about tempted to whack that on there. It's like, so nice. So nice. I like to have a calculator handy. I know you can use your phone and all that, but it's just so much easier just to grab a calculator if you've got it on the desk, and you don't have to unlock your phone, find the app. I find that I'm quite inaccurate when I'm using a phone because it's no tactile feedback. This is an HP 35S scientific. Quite nice. Very nice. No batteries. Yeah. That'll be, yeah, that's an RPN calculator as well. Very nice. Oh, here's another one of these toy. I think that's a Texas Instruments as well. This one here, Data Man. Is it? Data Man. Yeah, that's a TI electronic calculator. The Story of Data Man. There you go, there's a bit of bedtime reading. Gee, there's a whole lot of stream content right there. Eh? Look at this. It's a transfer. Data Man transfer. That's so cool. Texas Instruments. I reckon we should do like deep dive into some of these things, eh? probably something I would do anyway, and you know, why not? Why not stream it? I reckon. Come on, it's Alice. Come on. Ooh, here's a box. Oh, come on. Why don't you have a look in the box? Come on. Come on. Yes. What are you scared of? Hey? What's in there? It's calculator heaven. That's what that is, Alice. What else have I got here? Come on then. Yeah. She doesn't know where to go. Come on. Oof. Where do you want to go? Honey? Oh, there's lots of stuff to explore in here now, isn't there? Oh, that's what I was going to talk to you about also. Yeah. Yeah, she's definitely doing that. She's, I think, just a little bit nervous about all the junk. I was saying to you before about school, high school, with the FX82 and the PB100 programmable Casios, right? Well, when I arrived at high school in 1982, I think was, let's say early 80s, this is what we had. I whacked a photo up on the Discord earlier today. This is what the school had, ZX81s. And I remember the computer lab had a bunch of these. And we used to wheel them out on trolleys, and they had their monitors, or I assume maybe TVs back then. And we used to wheel them into the maths classroom, and yeah, that was like computer club. It wasn't really for, you know, the general consumption. Come on. She is confused about all this stuff. She's tiptoeing through all the calculators. What's this? Animex. Chunky beast. It's actually, yeah, scientific. Sine, cosine, tangent, cotan, cosine. Mr. D. Sparrow. Or Mrs. D. Sparrow. Okay. Oh, yeah. Actually, I've got more HPs in here than I thought. Oh my god, what's she doing? What are you doing? Come on. Okay. These are cool. This is an HP. Tempted to actually pull all of the HPs out of here because I want to try and sort of keep them separate. This is a 19B2 business consultant Full RPN alpha. Yeah, extremely cool. Hard case. I used to use that one at work quite a bit. These are really good actually for showing how RPN works. So maybe a later stream I'll use this to demonstrate RPN. Very cool. Put that one aside. Right, you, what are you doing? Gee, it's like a treasure trove in here. Golex. Golex. $10B. Yeah, that's a basically a business calculator. 10B HP. That'll be RPN as well, pretty sure. Yep. Cool. Jeepers. There's another HP. $28C. So that is more like a scientific. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Jay Sparrow. Captain Jack Sparrow. Chiclet. Chiclet keys. I guess you could say if it's these HPs that you're talking about, the chiclet keys, a lot nicer than standard chiclet keys. A lot nicer. A lot more tactile feedback. Boring old Casio modern FX82 MS. I think maybe that's what Mevunky was talking about before, possibly. VPAM. Just modern, yeah. Modern fear, pretty much. Digital diary, not really my bag. There's another HP. Fairly, yeah, 27S scientific. Still quite nice. Nice. Another HP. This is a 12C. It's the landscape style. Missing the little battery cover. Those batteries are handy though. This is an American made calculator, made in the USA, that one. Quite a few of the HP calculators were made in Singapore. Okay, yeah, so PB110, that's really close to what we had at school. We had the PB100s, so very similar to that. Really, really close to that. Come on. Alice is back. Geez, Alice, this is more than I thought I had. Meh, nothing much. The digital Yeah, digital diaries I'm not really into. Got it anyway. What else have we got? Texas Instruments, yeah, TI-30. Quite nice. Little red LED. It's probably a 9-volt battery job, I'd say. Not a huge fan of the TIs, to be honest. I'm definitely a big fan of the HPs. Sanyo, little credit card job. Yeah. That's suffering from the same issue as that Sinclair one. The case is actually sticking to the calculator there. I will extract that later. Yeah. Pretty boring. Ah, Game & Watch. Yeah, these are cool. Game & Watch. I've got a couple of these. Might get you a close-up of that later on. Yeah. Crappy FX82 TL, you know, needs a clean up. These have basically just been shoved in the box from when I got them. Christine Cox. Another one of these. Yeah. Probably get rid of some of those actually. I do have, yeah, a couple of those power graphic calculators in the boxes. That sort of thing in the box. Graphing calculators. 32K of RAM. Oh yeah, another Texas Instruments. Oh, that's right. Another Commodore calculator. Let's have a look at this one. Model number 796. In the box, Minuteman. Personal electronic calculator. Commodore. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? It's in good nick too. Solid state electronic calculator, portable. Is that the same as that other one I've got? No, it's different, isn't it? Yeah. It's nice though. All the Commodore fans go wild. Nice. That's another, what is that? TI Business Analyst 1. Yeah. Yep. You. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I've got some boxed 40GS. Needs a bit of a clean. Still in box. 12C, still in box. think Alice is desperate to get outside actually. She's not allowed out. 38G. 38G, graphical. High school math students and teachers. Dick Smith Electronics. Pretty cool. Nearly getting to the end of this here, guys. Oh yeah, business consultant 2 in the box. Very nice. Oh yeah, you can do both algebraic or RPN with these. Very, very nice. Jeepers, what a mess. Oh man. I've got a whole other box, well, smaller box. Just loose stuff really. Nothing too exciting. This is quite cool. I like this one. I like the aesthetic of that. Very 70s. Palmtronic. Yeah, that's cool. Anything exciting in here? I don't think so. All just sort of standard fare, I would say. Oh yeah, that's cool. Scientific statistical calculator. That is a Canon Palmtronic F71. Really nice. Chunky, very chunky. Very cool. Sort of wondering where my boxing calculator is. We were talking about before. And of course, we've got the old slide rule. I can use them basic, just in their basic form. Don't ask me to do anything complicated with them. The old slide rule. Pretty cool. Got a few of those. Yeah. Nothing I think to sort of note there of anything interesting. I've got a Game & Watch which I will show you at some stage. Not tonight. I think that's probably enough calculators for tonight. But yeah, I just thought I'd go through the collection. That's probably, I would say, a good chunk of the collection. There's a bit more, but it's fairly well unsorted. So yeah. This thing takes 4 AA's to be a power hungry beast. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's what I'm into. I'm into calculators and old computers. So when I find the boxing calculator, I will put it aside and show you that. And I've got a another Game & Watch as well, which is pretty cool, which we'll have a wee play with. I'll show you that on stream. But I think that's probably about it. I will head you over to Carsinomi. I'm assuming Carsinomi's streaming at the moment. Yep, he is indeed. Vista, oh yeah, nice. Core 2 Duo, isn't it? Cool. Yep, I'll be watching that probably later as a VOD, but I'll hop on now and keep an eye on them while I tidy up here. Thanks guys, thanks for watching, thanks for keeping me company. Catch you later on.
How was your calculating going, Mr. Huck? Been hijacked, or at least no one paged